All right, good morning. Andrew, good morning, brother. How are you? Hey, thanks for putting me in touch with Richard. I just sent him an email this morning. So, set up a call about you guys' podcast. It's awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. How is everybody doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's been a crazy, crazy week. How's everybody doing? If you're watching this, jump on. Don't be shy. Say hello. Let me know you guys are out there in the old interweb land. At the V. I hope you're all right. Hope you're all right, Andrew. Yeah, yeah. Seems to be the week of injuries. I'll start off by saying earlier this week I suffered a back injury, still a little stiff, trying to keep up with my son who's in college, lifting at the gym, and the gym won that battle. I lost, so I'm not 20 years old anymore. So, but yeah, busy, crazy week with the back injury, but you know what? Could be worse. Could be worse. Excuse me. All right, let's get started, guys. We got a lot of shows, a lot of updates this week. I want to start the show off this week. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend, um, and let's uh, remember all the men and women that have served in the military. Memorial Day weekend is usually observed the last Monday of May, and it's to honor all the men and women who died while serving in the United States military. So let's remember our brothers and sisters this weekend. Tanya, good morning. Good to see you on here. It's been a while. Thank you. So yeah, this weekend, I don't know what everybody's got planned this weekend. A lot of people do like, their barbecues and get-togethers, and that's all fine and dandy. Good on you. I just ask that you just remember those who died while serving. This weekend down in D.C., there's I think Monday is the Memorial Day parade that we usually go to. Today or tomorrow, depending on the weather. We got some tornado warnings around here right now, but perhaps tomorrow we may go down to Arlington. We did that last year. There's a nonprofit down there that takes a group of people, a group of veterans um, down. So we're going to meet some friends down there. Yeah, either today or tomorrow, and check that out. And just kind of hang around a bunch of other veterans and yeah, have a it's a relaxing. I want to say relaxing weekend. Steve, good morning to you. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. What else? What else? Uh, I got to do a shout out real quick because there's an event going on in Orlando, Florida, right now called PodFest, and we have usually this is be an event that I'd be at. It didn't work out for me this year, which I'm okay with. It's kind of a weird weekend to have it, but we got several shows that are on part of the HMG family that are down there. So I want to give a shout out to Shay, Scott, and Deanna. I know they're down there representing their shows and the network, so I appreciate you guys down there, and hope you guys have a fun weekend. Let's see here. What else? Listen, I'm going to talk about something very briefly here, and it's going to rub some people the wrong way. And I try to keep this show as positive as possible, but I think it's something that needs to be said. I tell you guys quite frequently to protect your minds and watch what you consume, and you have to you know what I mean by that is like mainstream media and whatnot. There was a tragic event that happened this week, and people want to call out for more laws or this or that and the other thing, and I think there is a solution to it, and I think we need to start listening. And I'm not saying there needs to be more gun laws. I'm not saying that as far as I'm concerned, there's opportunities here for us to hire people and protect our children at the schools. And whether you agree with me or not, that's fine. This is just my opinion. I don't, everybody's got their opinions, I know, but, you know, some changes need to be made, and I think everything turns into a political issue here, and it has to stop. We have to stop pushing the political side of things, and we need to come together. You know, let's come together as a community. More importantly, as a community, that's where it starts. It starts within your community, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. You know, I have, like I said, I look at this as an opportunity to hire people and put people to protect our children in the schools, period. It doesn't always work that way. But I think if people are more open-minded about it, people come together. And I will say this, everybody keeps pushing the far left or far right and everything in between. You guys realize that we're kind of a melting pot, and you may not agree with things I say or whatnot, but we're not too far off. A lot of the times is what you see that with people. And I think this is the, you know, mainstream media, the big propaganda machine. They push their narratives and whatnot, and they try to divide us. So we have to recognize when that's happening. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Any air shows going on this weekend, Steve? You know, I don't know. I thought there was one maybe down in Miami, I heard, but I'm not sure if that was this weekend or not. So, listen, let's get back on the positive side of things. It's going to be a good weekend. We're going to remember our men and women. Hopefully you guys have nice weather. Hopefully everybody is doing good. Chris, good morning. Good morning. I'll shoot you a text here in a little bit after the show. I wanted to do this before that, so I appreciate you jumping on. But listen, we got some exciting stuff coming up. We got a new show coming next week called Pushing Back Chaos. If you remember the Not Your Average Operator show, it's the same Three Stooges that did that show, but they're coming in under their own brand, and they're lighting things up from the word go. They got the first 3 episodes are in the queue already. They're going to be pumping out content once a week, and we're excited about that show coming on board because, they've taken about a month off. Actually, it's been a little bit longer than that, I think, putting this stuff together. So I'm excited to see what they have. I know what they have. I've listened to a couple of the shows, but I'm excited for you guys to hear their new show, Pushing Back Chaos. That's going to launch this week. I believe it's either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. So stay tuned for that. You want to check that out. Go follow them on social media. It's at Pushing Back Chaos. It's going to be a great one. You guys are going to love it. Next up, we have Well with host John Krotek. What does WELL stand for? It's Women's Expressions on Leadership, Learning, and Liberty. This is his 4th episode with this show. Misty Brewmister. She's an executive leadership coach, TEDx speaker, keynote speaker, and best-selling author. In this episode, from TEDx stage to boardroom executive coach, speaker, best-selling author, Misty discusses gender roles often overlooked by those in leadership positions. Her conversation and enlightenment are positive proof that us men can still be schooled in the fine art of human interaction, but only if we remain open to listening. So we got to listen, guys. So check that out. That's this week's episode, Well. Next up, another new show coming out. I've been talking about these guys for months. License for Love with Cowboy Jax and Lauren Harris. They've did a pilot episode, which is live on HMG. You can go to the HMG website, check it out. But their first episode is launching this Wednesday, and it's going to be awesome. You guys don't want to miss it. Check it out, License for Love. You can follow them on social media as well. Next up, Live Free series. Go check it out. He does two shows a month. So check that out, Live Free series. Next up, we got your 6 at 6. Let me give these guys a shout out real quick, because we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project. First off, congratulations to the People's Patriot Project, and we got your 6 at 6. This is their 100th episode. This past week, they hit episode 100, and that's quite a milestone in this business. It takes a lot to get there, and these guys have done a great job. So this past week, they talked about brotherhood, and they had Mark and Andrea welcome Jeff Stav with his group Neighbor of Honor, and Nick Ron with Warriors Next Adventure. You can actually watch this show live every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on the People's Patriot Project Facebook page. So go check that out, the People's Patriot Project. All right, moving on. What else do we have here? We're going to make this a quick one today, folks. Oscar Mike Radio. Oh, another great episode. This was really cool. This episode, which was last night, the show features Michelle Hamilton, who is the president of the Massachusetts Rolling Thunder Chapter 2. Rolling Thunder is a national organization, and it exists to keep the focus on POWs and MIAs for all the wars. This is a really cool episode that Travis did with Michelle last night. So go check that out. And you can actually watch his shows live on Thursday nights on the Oscar Mike Radio Facebook page. So go check it out. Next up, we got the Arms Room Show. This week, they are discussing why you need or why you don't need night vision optics. My opinion, I think everybody needs them, but that's just me. Why do you need or why don't you need night vision optics? So check that out. And listen, if you guys thinking about doing any type of training or anything like that with firearms or whatnot, this is a great show. They also do like dirt medicine. I call it dirt medicine. They just do like real life scenarios, and they have an amazing training program and stuff like that. And they travel the country. So if you're thinking about doing some training or whatnot and you can't get down to Arizona, go to trainingaz.com. And then also follow the Arms Room Show, and you can reach out to them there as well. So make sure you check that out. That's this week's The Arms Room. Next up, we got Carry On Podcast. This week, Lindsay's talking with Jonathan Jenkins. He's a congressional candidate in the Maryland District of District 6, and he's also a Marine Corps veteran, Semper Fi. So another great episode there. Go check that out. That's this week's The Carry On Podcast. Oh, here we go. Next up, we got the Power of Investing in People podcast with Shay Sparks. Shay is down in Orlando right now. They're at PodFest. Season 6 is coming out this coming week, and I'm telling you, probably one of the best seasons she's had yet. This one is going to be fire. It's going to be awesome. So if you're not familiar with this show, get familiar with it. You can follow Shay Sparks, but season 6 of the Power of Investing in People podcast coming at you this week, so stay tuned for that. Next up, we got Environmentally Speaking. This week was a crazy one. This one was called Drought. This week they're talking about the drought in California. Kind of insert your eye roll here, right? Why are they talking about it? Because this show is basically kind of based in the Rhode Island area. But it started off, Marissa talked about her time as a freshman in college, about what our college professor said. And it stated, the root of all issues on this planet stem from overpopulation. And I find that to be kind of fascinating, really, especially with everything that's going on today. But when you put pressure on resources that are shared by everyone, those resources start to become scarce. And that makes sense, right? You look in the desert, there's not a lot of water, and then you're building a crap ton of houses and stuff out there. There's not going to be that much water to go around. So what does this have to do with drought? Take a listen and find out. That's this week's Environmentally Speaking. Check it out. John Krotek, how are you? Appreciate you jumping on, brother. We just talked about your show. Great episode this week, man. Appreciate you. All right, moving on. What else do we got? Time to shine today with our buddy Scott Ferguson, a.k.a. Fergie, who's also down at PodFest this week. Miss you guys. This week, he had a couple of shows come out this week. Here's one that really caught my eye. Charting Your Voyage to Success, Helping Clients Win the World's Toughest Races. It's an interview with EOS certified coach Stephen Morris. Steve started his career designing multi-million-dollar racing yachts. Wow. Building and coaching high-performing teams to help his clients win the world's toughest races. Now, as a coach and a professional EOS implementer, he helps people, teams, and businesses get unstuck, sail forward, and building more fun and profitable businesses. I like how they did. I said they'd see what they did there with the sailing. Yeah, this was a really cool episode. And a lot of nuggets in this one. So definitely take the time to listen to this one. That's this week's Time to Shine today. And those of you probably wonder, I'm stuttering and stuff like that. I had a back injury earlier. If you missed the beginning part of the show, I had to just wrench my back. So I'm still recovering from that, and probably a little loopy from the muscle relaxer. Moving on. John, hey, absolutely, John. Appreciate you, brother. Moving on, we got Label Free Podcast, From Poverty to Success. Again, Deanna, she's down in Florida at this as well, at PodFest as well. Daniel Fung is a marketing entrepreneur and agency owner. He grew up amidst poverty as his parents were refugees from Vietnam. So he comes in, really cool cat. He lives down in Australia now. And he talks about how he became an entrepreneur as he was growing up, seeing what his parents went through and whatnot, and what pushed him to be an entrepreneur. So this is actually a really cool episode. So check it out. It's this week's Label Free Podcast. Make sure you live your life label free. Hope I did that right. Next up, we got the MSEC Podcast. Military Child Education Coalition, nonprofit organization that does great things for our military families. If you are active duty, Guard, Reserve, or a veteran, and you have children of school age living at home with you, make sure you go check out the MSEC Podcast, because they have so many great resources for our military families. They dropped 2 episodes this week, and it was really cool. The first one, It's Never Too Soon. Starting the important conversations with your military and veteran school-age children about underage alcohol use, and empowering our sons and daughters. Thoughtful and practical advice to help keep the conversation about underage drinking going as your kids grow. How many of you out there right now have had that conversation with your kids as they start getting into, I've seen it in middle school into high school, and they're talking about, going to parties and the underage drinking and whatnot. So these 2 episodes are really important. And there was a lot of takeaways from it. Military and veteran kids experience unique stressors that may influence their decisions to engage in risky behaviors such as underage drinking. This week, MSEC and responsibility.org bring together experts to discuss how talking with your teens and young adults about alcohol early and often is the best way to keep them safe. So, those of you that are probably that have kids that are getting to that age and you're not sure how to have that conversation, take a listen to this week's MSEC podcast. Both of those episodes are on point, and they give some good advice on how you can have those conversations to make it easier to have those conversations with your kids. Excuse me. Last, certainly not least, we got the Ubaldi reports. Love these guys. They do a great job. You go watch their show on their Facebook page. They do a couple of shows a week, so go check that out. I'm going to do a teaser for next week, the Decision Hour. We're doing a show next week, or actually this weekend, and I have the 9/11 National Pentagon Memorial Foundation on, so stay tuned for that because that will be coming out later this weekend. Got to give a shout out to our sponsors, Simper Savage, best salad dressing marinades on the planet. Love them to death. My Tax Fella. If you need bookkeeping, you got a small business, make sure you get your stuff straight. Go to mytaxfella.com and give our boy Anthony a call. Short Mountain Distillery, they partner with our sister company for our spirit line, our bourbon and our gin. So if you're in the central Tennessee area, go down to Short Mountain Distillery this weekend. Let us know what you think. Get a sample of our gin and our bourbon. Tell us what you think. And then, of course, our sister company, HMG Beverage. We absolutely love our staff over there. We got working back on our coffee line, trying to get that back up and running. We got the gin and bourbon, as I mentioned before. 100 Proof, which is a company that is also helping us out with the beverage side of things. Love those guys. Sonando Tarot Customs, our buddy James Boggs. Does some amazing woodworking stuff. He's got this right here, this flag behind me here that you see hanging. Sonando Tarot Customs did that. JB Auto Clothiers. We suiting up veterans and transitioning veterans. So check out all of these great organizations that we're working with, and you can find all of them on the Heroes Media Group website. That's all the time I have because I'm heading down to our nation's capital to spend some time with some awesome vets and some friends. And yeah, let's have a great weekend, everybody. Remember, protect your mind. Let's come together as a community and make some positive changes, okay? In the meantime, have a blessed weekend. God bless you. God bless America. God bless our troops. Love you all, and I'll see you guys next week.